All right, we're about 4 after, so we'll get started. But tonight we're talking all about mobility, and I just wanted to kind of like talk about like what it is, because I think sometimes a lot of people get mobility and flexibility using them interchangeably, but mobility actually incorporates flexibility. So it's more so about you having control of the joint, so having control of it, also having strength and having flexibility. And that's really what makes up mobility. And it's just you having your body kind of move in the path of least resistance. So it's moving in all the ways that it should. And I know a lot of the people who are in Tori exercises, I think most of us in here are. I do some Tori exercises and stuff. She's really good at that, at connecting, the nervous system, getting your body moving exactly how it should, and how that can kind of transfer over into obviously preventing injury, fixing muscle imbalances, or maybe you have like nagging pains that are like constant. I know I always have like a constant issue in my shoulder, and how being even more mobile can help you when you get to like the strength training portion of your training, if that's something that you're interested in. So it's all encompassing, just to get your body, your nervous system moving in the way that it should. And when your body feels good and you move better, it translates into so many other things. So like Terry, you said you were moving, so then you don't have those nagging, pains when you're moving boxes and furniture and carrying things awkwardly, because your body's moving in the way that it should. Yeah. So definitely one of the things that, like, with focusing in on Tori exercises, if you guys are doing them or working with whoever your movement person is, to incorporate them. I know I love incorporating some mobility stuff actually as part of my warm up for my strength training. It's really helped me improve my squat and my form there. Believe it or not, I like to work from like the bottom up, and starting at the ankles really helps in your squat. Depth wise, form wise, really making sure, you're not using things that we're not supposed to. And sometimes when we don't address some of those little like nagging things, and we're doing repetitive movements, we have other muscles come in to try and take over for the things that aren't working well. So another reason why having and incorporating mobility is super important is to prevent that injury and prevent it from happening again before it gets worse. Because if one thing goes, then something else takes over, just like a cascade effect that can happen if we're not moving, in the way that we're supposed to. And mobility isn't just like translating into, strength training, just all around quality of life too, and the day-to-day activities. So getting up off the floor, being able to, maybe go to the gym, maybe being able to walk, being able to move all your furniture in the house or whatever. If you're going camping, I'm thinking of people going hunting, but like carrying like stuff and whatnot, or even fishing. But having that mobility as we also age too can keep our bodies moving in the best way possible, so that later on we don't develop maybe some of these imbalances that start causing injuries down the line. But yeah, it's all encompassing. So definitely if we're doing Tori exercises, practice those, because she's a wizard at what she does, but being able to get everything connected and moving in the way that it should will really help you, not only in obviously like doing your Tori exercises and getting better at those, but also like strength training down the line. Hi, Amy. Hi, Linda.
Hi. How are you guys?
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
Filling in for Coach
Hi.
Sam. Sweet. We were just talking about mobility.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What about it?
On Tori exercises. So we were kind of talking about those.
Excellent.
I have a question for you, Tabby.
Yeah.
Hopefully I won't break up here. So I don't have Tory exercises, and I don't have like a movement coach. So if I need mobility exercises, where would I find something like that?
So typically I think with that is if you're in the 2.0 program with having that in there. But even so, like, do you have any aches, pains, or anything like nagging that you notice throughout the day, work, moving?
Sometimes my back will get, like my lower back will get out of alignment. And so I notice it a little bit like when I'm at work. But I've noticed also that I'll get these little, almost, I don't know what it is, and I'm thinking to myself, I probably should be doing something to strengthen my knees, but I really don't even know where to start or what to do other than warm up, you know, like typical warm up stuff.
Is your job like stagnant throughout the day, or are you like in one spot, or are you generally like moving around?
I'm sitting now, mostly sitting, and I think it's the chair really that's causing the back pain. But I know like a couple years ago when I was running and I was having knee pain, I had talked to, I don't know if you know Dr. Sandy B. She's also a physical therapist. And she said that it could be related to my back rather than a knee problem. And so I was kind of wondering, maybe I need to be stretching out my back. I know
it's probably a lot.
One problem is probably something else.
It's probably a lot of core for sure, Marlena. I would like the first things I would say is if you can stand up and get and walk backwards, walk forwards. If you can get backwards walking in there, that's going to help reset. And then a lot, are you doing core stuff?
Core stuff?
Yeah. No,
I hate it.
Well, I love you, but that's also the first place I would think too.
I mean,
and it doesn't have to look.
But
it doesn't have to look like sit-ups, or it doesn't have to look like sit-ups. You know, it can be rolling across the floor. It can be planks. It can be, you can do stuff standing up. Any cross lateral movement where you're using one arm and the opposite leg is a core exercise as well.
Okay.
But Marlena, I would get up. Sorry, go ahead, Tab.
In the car, like one of the things, because my core strength also sucked and had low in the past, like, and one of the things that I found really beneficial was doing stomach vacuums, which it sounds funny, but it's literally like, I always think of it like sucking your belly button into your spine and holding that while you're still being able to breathe. It works your transverse abdominis, which is like the muscles that keep like everything nice and tight in your core, which is usually something not super focused on. And then like Amy said, sorry, I just got like a sharp pain in my rib cage. And that like also using like the contralateral movements, like I'm thinking of like marching, like the where you're like marching and you kind of almost bring the opposite arm to your leg and you're using your core to do that. Even though you're using your arms and your legs, you're still using your core to like basically take your rib cage. And like, I always think of like taking my rib cage to my hips when I'm moving.
Okay.
Also what Amy said, like motion is lotion to your
Abby, you can't say that. I can't. No.
We had this conversation. I don't understand. Motion is lotion. But
okay. Yeah, if you could set a timer to move every hour, that would be helpful.
Yeah. I mean, I get up and walk lotion like that, but primarily the job is a sitting job where before it was a standing job. So, and it's, you know, the chair I noticed, just the angle of where my legs are and everything, that it causes more problems on one side than the other. So I will get up and kind of walk around and stuff. But I hear a lot about mobility exercises. I just didn't really know where to find any.
Yeah, I can definitely help you out with some. But yeah, the one thing with mobility is that, like, and I think you were on here, but it's having the strength around the joint and also the flexibility and the control, not just having like the flexibility and whatnot there. And one of the things that I feel like most people, when it comes to mobility, like, don't always look at, that was a game changer for me, because I was like, what the heck? Like, I wouldn't even think this is a thing, is your feet. Which is, Amy was talking about walking backwards and stuff, and that's definitely super helpful. I know that's a big Tori exercise. I feel like she gives everybody that we all need.
But yeah, the foot grounding is huge. Like getting rotation in, think about how many bones are in your foot. I mean, you know, Marlena, like, what is it? 206? Is that right?
I don't know the number.
I think it's 206 bones in your foot. So we stop all that movement because of the shoes that we wear. And so anytime you can take those shoes off and walk barefoot or have like low profile shoes and just get those feet and move those bones in any way, like the ways, all the ways your foot should be moving, rolling it around on the balls of your foot, on your ankle, rolling it sideways like that. Your body is made to move that way, and we stop it. And so then it just, I mean, it starts at the bottom and works all the way up. And so if you're having pain, it's usually, like you said, it's usually associated with something lower.
Yep. Because if something's happening down with the feet, pulling on your calves, it could be pulling on your knee. And then that could be like why maybe you're having some knee pain, because I know you said knees, but it could be starting at your feet too. All encompassing.
So, hey, Marlena, I was just wondering, I don't know, you probably already said if you work from home or in an office, but maybe a different chair, because you had pinpointed, you're like, yeah, this chair is not like driving with my body. I don't know. It's just a thought when I was listening to you.
I've thought of ordering. I work in a pharmacy, and so they provide the chair for me.
Oh.
But I've kind of looked online to see if there's a different kind of chair that I could get.
Tell them their chair sucks.
I could bring it. I know.
Or even like those little cushions that you put behind.
I have short legs. Yeah, I have short legs, so I have to put a stool just to hold my feet up. Otherwise, they're hanging in my legs.
I love you. Oh my gosh.
Marlena, I really thought that the little things to like help with your low back to like kind of push you forward a little bit. Also, just to have relax your shoulders too. I know I use them because my chair is not the best either. Yeah. Amy, do you have anything you want to add about mobility?
I feel like I added a lot. I don't know. No, yeah, motion is lotion. You're right, Tabby. Even though, see, Linda made a face too. I'm not the only one.
But it's true.
It is true.
Especially as you get older.
It's true. It's true. Just sounds weird, dude.
Well, what would you say? What would you say, Amy?
Keep moving.
Keep moving.
My husband says a body in motion stays in motion.
See, I like that. I like it. It's true too. It's especially true for children who jump off high things.
Move it or lose it. Am I muted?
Yeah.
Move it or lose it.
I'm not.
Okay, baby melting. Sorry.
That goes with everything in your body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you quit using it, yeah. So my husband has arthritis in his shoulder and he's supposed to be doing exercises. He's not. So part of his shoulder has frozen. So, and it hurts.
I bet it does. Ugh. Shoulder pain and all that stuff that's next on my to do is shoulder mobility, because I always get the pain because I have a tendency to be like,
oh, I am so like that, Tabby.
100% slouchy, or even if you sleep weird, shoulder grounding. Yeah, he's super happy. Can you tell?
Better you than me.
Yeah. Yeah, shoulder grounding is a great exercise, especially if you're a sloucher. I don't know if you've ever done that. Yeah, Tabby,
Yep.
you're laying. Yeah, okay. Some of you, yeah. So that's a really good one.
It is a good one, and you're right on the foot grounding or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it has helped my plantar fasciitis. So, and I haven't done it for a month, and I can tell.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you go to a podiatrist, what they do is give you an insert that makes the movement less. Yeah. So think about that. Like, you want more movement, but they're trying to prevent the movement, and then it gets worse. And you have things like, even the plantar fasciitis, like they'll give you an insole that has this huge thing in it, and then it's not moving, and it's not going to get better at all.
So I have a question. I think I missed it. What is this foot grounding? Walk outside barefoot?
No. Here, I'll turn my video around.
No.
Here's my foot. So you're rolling. You're rolling on every part of your foot. Every way that it can roll, you're rolling around it, getting your toes and everything. Because of all the bones in your foot, you want to move all of them.
Yeah, that makes my foot hurt just watching you do that.
Well, and at first it will feel kind of scary. That ankle I broke in college, and I wouldn't let it move. It was frozen until I started doing the foot grounding. So,
well, and I hang on to something like the wall.
Yeah, and you can do it sitting down to start too. If you sit down to start, so it's not as much pressure.
Yeah. I've been having coordinated,
so that might be something I need to do.
Try it. You'll like it.
I concur.
And I walk barefoot on my treadmill all the time when I'm at home. So.
Oh, wow.
Ouch. Does that hurt?
No, because I only walk at like 2 miles per hour, 2.1.
Okay.
So I'm walking very fast.
Okay. Just don't get it caught on the edge. I've done that before.
That would hurt my foot. That would make my foot hurt.
It does. It actually feels really good to walk. I put socks on because I don't like the tread on my treadmill, but that's what I do. I walk barefoot on my treadmill.
Wow.
So, and we've been doing a lot of hiking while we're here at camp, up and down the trail, and my feet really hurt. So I might try stretching them out that way.
Oh, do we?
See if it helps.
Yeah.
And I'm not the expert on this, but I think it's more so Lauren is, and Amy, you might know, but the shoes that they use to go hiking, that promotes your foot to move more. Because a lot of our shoes, and also I have a wide foot, are super narrow. So it makes our toes kind of converge, which can also cause the pain. Amy's holding them up. I don't know what they are.
Wow.
They're limbs, and this is the Colorado, the Boulder boot. Yeah.
Like
Limbs, LEMS. And they usually have a sale around Memorial Day, actually. Yeah. So, but I've had those for a year, and they last, those are still totally good. And then I bought the cheapo Amazon. That's what these red shoes are. These are the low profile, and they've lasted a year too. It's probably time for me to get new ones, but they're not, you don't want the barefoot feet at first, and you don't want to wear them all the time because it will hurt. You have to get your feet used to it for sure. But yeah, my knee hurt way less wearing those hiking than any of my other hiking boots ever. Sorry, my children are melting.
Does anybody have anything else that they've been, dealing with? Any aches, pains?
Yeah, actually, I cleaned up beside my bedroom before we came camping. And not very many people have seen it, but it was a mess. It was a big mess. Anyway, I was on my hands and knees, and so my legs hurt. I'm like trying to stretch those muscles out because it hurts so bad. And then all the hiking up and down the trails, that doesn't help.
It definitely, especially if it's like doing, I think you've been doing your Tori exercises.
Yeah.
Consistent.
Yeah. It's my thighs that hurt the most from being on my hands and knees. If you want to do any kind of leg workout or butt workout, just crawl around on your hands and knees. I'll tell you what.
Well, think about what you were actually doing. You were doing squats over and over and over again.
No.
With the ground. Well, no, on your hands and knees. So rocking, you were rocking back and forth essentially. Yeah. And so it's a supported squat. So my advice would be do some backwards walking. It might reset it enough to make it looser, but don't sit still.
I'm already doing backwards walking as part of Tori exercises because I'm doing the toes over knees guy.
Good.
Part of that program. So
good. Then that it'll start feeling better. What day are you on of soreness?
Let's see, how long have we been camped? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 3.
How's your hydration?
That's what I was going to ask.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was very dehydrated when we started camping, so
that might be part of it too.
Way more water.
Yeah.
And get the protein in after I drink a protein shake after we do all the hikes.
Good
and
job.
I've noticed a huge difference in soreness just adding that protein.
Yeah.
Good job.
Good job.
Awesome. Working on it, getting up that protein.
Don't look at my nutrition, Tabby. It's not been good. My coach, so she has access to all that.
I get your emails every day.
So Amy, if I go to one of those like Asian foot massage places, and they massage your feet and move them all around, does that count as foot grounding?
No. I love you. No, I mean, it's good. It's really good for you, but it doesn't count. That would be so,
in all the directions. They move them all
true.
around.
So it's passive stretching. You have active stretching and you have passive stretching. Them doing it is passive stretching. So yes, you're getting something out of it, but this is something that you have to do consistently. Like Terry said, when was the last time you hadn't done it for a month and you can tell a difference?
Yeah.
If you stop doing it, like you say, I'm going to do this twice a week and you do it consistently for 4 weeks, you're going to see a difference. But if you say, I'm going to do this and you do it once and then you do it one more time at the end of the month, you're not going to see a difference. So make it doable. Make it a change that you can consistently keep. I mean, standing doing dishes, you can do it. Switching the laundry. Sorry, go ahead.
And like with what Marina was talking about with like the core, some of the things there, like I do stuff when I drive where I'm like they're doing it, holding it for 30 seconds and just because it's like, okay, created time versus like having to be like, oh, I have to do my exercises. I don't know. I'm a multitasker that I like pairing it with something else because then I'm like, it takes like away from me being like, I have to go do my stretches or my mobility. Because if I think about it that way, I'm like, oh, yuck.
Yep. For reals. Yeah. Especially when you're adding new movements. Like it makes so much more sense to pair it with something that you're already doing.
It's hard to do that when all your movement is on the floor.
Yeah.
Hey, but But you could, the cue could be when you walk into the living room or when you walk into the bedroom, you know, like it doesn't have to be, you know, when you go to the bathroom, don't do it on the floor in there. That's gross.
Especially if you have boys.
Seriously.
All right, guys. Well, this was a good chat. I'm glad everyone on and was talking about all the different things that they do and, you know, learning from each other. All right. Well, then I will talk to you ladies later.
Thanks, Tabby.
Bye. Bye, guys.